There is an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants called The Secret Box. During this episode, Patrick conveys to SpongeBob that he is in possession of a box and persistently suggests that the contents of the box are extremely interesting. However, refuses to reveal the contents of the box to SpongeBob. At some point in the program with reference to that, and presumably away from Patrick, SpongeBob proceeds to avow the speculations that the box contains severed heads as a result of Patrick performing acts of homicide, or expensive jewels as a result of Patrick performing acts of grand larceny. With reference to those two, SpongeBob avows the speculation that the box contains some sort of photograph depicting an ignominious form of SpongeBob associated with a Christmas celebration. And from the manner that SpongeBob conveys this, I infer that this would be more perturbing to him than the former two. Toward the end of the episode, Patrick permits SpongeBob to inspect beyond the lid of this box. What is presented thus? A string. SpongeBob, I assume facetiously, suggests that the string is interesting, and then leaves. However, once beyond SpongeBob's range of awareness presumably, Patrick begins to laugh in a bizarre manner, and conveys that if the string is pulled, a secret compartment is unveiled that permits access to that same photograph that SpongeBob earlier suggested would be more objectionable than severed heads or stolen priceless gems. Which of course raises the question, what the hell was that a picture of? In the process of finding out, I contacted the only god that I know to contact by telephone, and requested that he retrieve the photograph from SpongeBob's dimension and convey it to me somehow. Fortunately, he agreed. Now this is the photograph. The quality of the photograph seems to be deteriorated by the process of interdimensional travel. However, what I do notice is that SpongeBob seems to be covered in some kind of towel and may not be wearing his full complement of garments. There is some kind of material that is accumulated on the surface of his body, and he seems to be in a posture that's kind of maybe off balance. However, nude, dirty, off balance SpongeBob isn't exactly new. By far, the most insidious thing about this photograph is the crown of mistletoe. Many people might not know this, but mistletoe is a plant that channels dark magical powers. According to legend, anyone who has mistletoe placed near and above their head will literally be under a spell, and was generally used to either incapacitate or for eliciting others to be complicit in some manner of depraved activity. And although it is common for modern winter solstice celebrations to use mistletoe-like objects as decorations, or to symbolically emulate the process of using dark magical plants to abuse people, it is very uncommon for modern winter solstice celebrations for people to make use of the ancient and esoteric principle of connecting mystical plants in a ring to accentuate their mystical abilities. Then in the case of mistletoe, you would then place the ring upon the target's head. Someone at this Bikini Bottom party knew to do that and decided to do it to SpongeBob. Somebody invited a druid to a Bikini Bottom Christmas party. I mean, you don't do that. There are 3 basic cosmic laws to partying, and that is no wizards, no Wiccans, no Dionysuses. That's all you had to do, but you couldn't do that, could you? You see, this adds a whole nother layer of subtext to this. I mean, once somebody gets a crown of mistletoe on their head, something is about to hit the fan, if you understand that expression.